go.
It takes a lot to get you here.
I'm busy.
No, you got to be the hardest person in the world to book. We've booked everybody at the club. I've dealt with people for 30 years. You're the biggest pain in the ass to get here.
It's because you tell me everything last minute.
What?
You tell me everything last minute.
Vicki, this was booked for 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Literally 2 days ago. And now it's Thursday we're doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's still exciting.
And I had forgotten about it today.
You had forgotten about it.
I did.
But you can't forget, that's the thing. Our fans, and we have fans.
Like 5.
We have fans, plural.
5.
And they want to know we're here every week. And this was the biggest week. And I kind of understand because there was a lot going on. We had a brand new president.
Yeah, that was like, very exciting.
And that was Wednesday. Today is...
That was yesterday, Vinny.
Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
All right. Seems like he's been president for a long time already.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel... So we had a new president, and this week was kind of in flux because there was a lot of concern. 25,000 National Guard troops deployed to D.C. to make sure that nothing bad happened.
Right, and then people are upset that nothing bad happened. So
some people,
like what are they again? The QAnons? QAnons?
QAnon. QAnon? I think we should know before we talk about it. QAnon. QAnon. Because it was a guy.
What does it stand for?
Q was the individual that started that.
Oh,
he's
okay.
allegedly some secretive whatever the hell he is.
Sure.
And Anon is he's anonymous. So QAnon.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Right. And those people are upset.
They are. They said that they expected a big revelation yesterday. They expected a big exposure of some child sex ring.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff.
There was.
And listen, let's be careful. Let's not call someone's belief weird.
Right.
Let's call it something that we didn't believe in. Right? That'd be part of the solution of the problem.
Right, okay.
Because maybe there is something there.
Right.
For them. But regardless, it's the beauty of it is we got a new guy in office.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who you supported.
Doesn't
you got
matter.
to try and support this guy now.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of people that were disappointed because they thought something was going to happen. What did you think?
I was concerned that there might be some nutball with a bomb or something.
We just said don't. We just said.
But I think that it's clear that it's okay to call somebody with a bomb a nutball. I think that's all right. Okay. I think that is not having a difference of opinion. I think that has to do with someone being
I have never bombed
nutball.
Anyone that I agreed with.
Well, there you go. There you go. But I do, what fascinates me is the people that want him to fail. Like whether you voted for him or not.
Right.
I find it fascinating and discouraging the people that want him to fail.
Yes.
So they can be right.
I don't want him to fail, but I don't want him to succeed at certain things. I want him overall as a president to succeed. I do not want, if we ever make money again, raise taxes. We're not making money now. Raise the taxes. Raise the taxes. The millionaire's tax. At this point, I think we could support the hundredaires tax.
Right.
Because we can't make money. I support the tax these hundredaires.
Well, that would be taxing ourselves, dipshit.
No, we don't make any money.
Yeah,
that's the point. If they raise taxes right now, it doesn't matter.
But if they raise tax on the hundredaires, like if you made a couple $100, you'd be saying raise the tax on that. You mean raise it? What do you keep doing?
Because I want to see your face on the camera, and we don't make a couple $100.
No,
have you been following along? We're selling stuff left and right. Why do you think we're doing that?
No, but
I just sold a pair of blue jeans.
You did not.
To QAnon. I don't want him to raise taxes on people that make a lot of money.
Because you want to hope to make a lot of money.
Because I want to hope to make a lot of money. I don't think we're going to.
But wouldn't it be okay to cross that bridge if it came?
Well, once the taxes are raised, I'm not going to become a millionaire. Once I refuse.
Sure.
I refuse.
Put a stop to that.
Keep your money because I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So I don't want taxes to go up.
Okay.
I don't want I don't want him to succeed at everything, right?
Okay,
I don't
fair.
agree with the entire progressive.
Well, he's not progressive though. He's not progressive like
But he's being
AOC.
pushed towards the progressive by the progressive
He is.
left.
And I do feel like if you listen to his speech last night, it was very moderate. And
I thought his speech was moderate. I think he made a couple mistakes in the speech that are mistakes because you didn't need to poke any group. It's an inaugural. So there was no need to poke at a group.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to unite people, poke at everybody or poke at nobody.
Right,
and I would I thought it was a great speech.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Joe Biden handled himself very nicely.
Yes.
And I was very happy. He only stumbled one time in the speech.
Right.
And anyone could stumble once.
Yeah.
I'm going to stumble during this podcast. I'm not the president. But the point is that I thought he handled it pretty well. I think J-Lo snuffed him. Not snuffed. That's the wrong
you
word.
kept rewinding that.
Snubbed.
Snubbed him. Yeah, you kept.
That'll be a QAnon conspiracy.
Yeah.
J-Lo's going to snub Biden. Snuff. I got it all backward.
You kept rewinding that. But I think she's friends with Kamala Harris.
It doesn't matter. You sing. Okay, you sing. You break into Spanish. There's a great video if you watch it. The woman behind J-Lo, after she sings Spanish, there's an older white woman, and she leans over, and you can see her say, "What did she just say?" It's hysterical. I don't know what she said in Spanish. But here's what I'm going to tell you. She went like this to Kamala Harris. She went, a hug, air hug. And she looked at Biden and went like this. That's a snub.
Yeah, but you don't know if in that moment he was like looking away. You don't know. You couldn't see. You rewound it several times. But you know what? I was more really disheartened about is one of the things that we have talked about a lot is that when Trump was in office, and listen, there was a lot of things, obviously, that...
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Yeah,
that he said that, he made himself fodder. But, the media was all over him. And you had put a tweet out yesterday. How is like the over-under 8 months before the media...
I said the over-under on the media turning against Biden is 8 months.
Right. And then last night, Good Morning America posted a picture of Biden, and it was a then and now picture, and it was when he was vice president, and they were meeting the troops, and they all, him, Jill, Michelle, and Barack all are saluting like this. And then yesterday they showed, and then the now picture was just Biden saluting and no one else with their hands on their sides. So Kamala Harris, her husband Doug, and Joe Biden all with their hands on the sides. And people were going wild because they said that was shot right before they put their hands on their heart.
Right.
Like, why would you try to inflame anything?
This is, okay, I've been saying this forever. The media, both sides, have, this is how they ply their trade. We have people that come in, they pay, and we make them laugh. That's how we ply our trade. The media sells negative energy.
Yeah.
It's what they sell. It's nonstop. CNN is constant negative news. There's nothing positive about CNN. I can't watch CNN. Even if they had on something that I found interesting, the way here's CNN announcing the Super Bowl winner. Tom Brady won his 7th Super Bowl, but a guy in the 5th row died from a peanut. They can't help themselves. They're negative. But that's why people watch the news. They want to see what the going on. And it's, listen, I have a dear friend, you might be watching, and he said, well, the reason there were 23,000 National Guard there is because they were afraid no one would show up, and that if no one showed up, it would look bad. Listen, I don't agree with that. Because no matter how you slice this election, let's say there were some votes that were duplicate votes, whatever. Still, 75 million, 77 million people voted for Joe Biden.
Right.
Okay? Or 36 million voted twice. Either way, doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is that there's enough people in both camps to have filled up, no matter who won.
Right.
So I think people didn't go to Washington because they didn't want to experience what happened on January 6th.
Right.
And they were told to stay home. and it was well articulated. We're not going to let you be around us, right?
But I'm almost positive too. Didn't Washington and the surrounding districts, they canceled everyone's hotel reservations?
Yeah,
they canceled it. They said no, sorry. They stopped bus service.
Yes,
they did a
everything
lot.
Stopped.
So
everything stopped. But again, now back to CNN. CNN has on the crawler yesterday, Trump snubs Biden inaugural. Listen, if Trump had gone, there's not a doubt in my mind CNN would have been saying, it's wrong, he shouldn't be here, he's under indictment, he's being impeached, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't go, he snubbed him. I hate the news.
yeah.
So, overall, now I have to say this, and people are going to label me one way or the other, I don't care. I find Fox News to be more even-handed. I do. I know that they lean right. CNN is left. They don't lean anyway. And I find Fox has been critical of Trump at times.
Just recently.
It doesn't matter. CNN has never said one positive thing. On the day he got inaugurated, it was negative. It was negative before. Now, I'm not defending Trump. Trump dug his own political grave. The way he carried on and dug his own grave, that's not the point. The point is the media is negative beyond belief. The only news you should be watching is right here. And we have a brand new president. And I thought the inaugural went pretty well.
Right.
I don't like Amy Klobuchar. I don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
Smug, not funny, not well-spoken.
I don't know. Is she supposed to be funny?
She just retired, I think, and she's just not she's not a well-spoken individual.
Mm-hmm.
There were other I'll be honest with you. Phil Murphy would have been a great guy to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Murphy can handle himself in front of a podium.
Speaker.
He would have been phenomenal in doing that. I think I would not have wanted to see Andrew Cuomo because he would have shut the inaugural down.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Cuomo would have said, "We can't inaugurate. We cannot have an inauguration. It's dangerous."
Right. Well, I was happy though that Kamala Harris is the first female vice president. I think that's super cool. And
super cool.
I do. I think.
Aren't you a patriot?
No,
Wicked. It is great.
No, I think it's a great role model for young girls everywhere.
I don't know enough about her to like her, dislike her. I don't know enough. All right.
I've been reading a lot about her.
Oh, okay. You're reading a lot about her. You're not going to read negative stuff about Kamala Harris.
That's not true.
I think right now she deserves a little bit of positive press, regardless.
Yeah.
All right. Some people say she was very tough on criminals, very tough. I don't know enough about her. She seems to comport herself very well,
right.
And I'm excited that she's gotten this opportunity
to
be, the first female, first black, first
South Asian
vice president. And I mean, that's exciting. And Joe Biden is the first ventriloquist puppet ever. Will you be able to splice in Jeff Dunham's Walter, and Joe Biden side by side so people can understand that joke? Because I like Joe Biden too. I like him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, the poor man has lost 2 children. That's so heartbreaking.
Joe Biden.
2 children.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to make this a whole political podcast, but here's the thing about politics that I can't stand. Kamala Harris called him a rapist less than a year ago.
Okay, I've called you plenty of things.
Jon Stewart, who I love, you have not called me a rapist.
I was waiting for you to.
Jesus. I'm not a rapist. It took me a long time to realize my wife called me a rapist. Jon Stewart used to hammer Biden for being a bumbler and an idiot, and the media tackled him that way. And there's Jon Stewart at the inaugural. Now, I give Joe Biden props for that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have too thick a skin or too thin a skin.
Right.
And he had him there, right?
Yeah.
I am a little concerned that Bon Jovi looks more and more like an old lesbian woman. I'm a little concerned about John Bon Jovi. I think he should have a hamburger. Is he a vegan?
I have no idea.
I like John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of good.
He's the third best rock and roll musician in the state of New Jersey. Third best.
Okay, let me guess. Bruce Springsteen is your first one.
Bruce who?
Bruce Springsteen.
You said Bruce Springbean.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
'Cause I don't like him.
Okay, Springsteen. Okay, but
I don't like him.
you can't deny he's a talented guy.
No. Yeah, definitely.
Who's
definitely.
number 2?
You think yourself?
Huh?
Yourself?
No, but you're close.
Joe Coonan.
Joe Coonan. Joe Coonan is the best, and then Bon Jovi.
And then Bon Jovi.
By the way, I think Joe Coonan has a lot more cool than Bon Jovi ever had.
John Bon Jovi was cool in the day.
No, he was pretty.
That was what was cool back then.
Listen, I'd love to have John Bon Jovi's biggest failure in my win category.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to slam John Bon Jovi. I just think he should get a different haircut.
Mm-hmm.
He should go to my guy.
Oh, yeah, your guy at Kings of Craft.
I wonder if I can get a note to John Bon Jovi to get him to see my friend John at Kings of the Craft.
You know what? Probably when he was kicking around town. We lived in the same town as him. I think they moved or they're selling their house.
We could tell that story. It's such a great story.
But he used to be bop around town all the time with his kids.
John, if you're watching, and I call you John because we're on a first name basis, I'm telling you right now, if you go see my friend John from Kings of the Craft, he's going to fix that look because you're looking very, it's okay to get older, okay? But David Bryan still looks very much like a rock star.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, Mick Jagger, rock star. Springsteen, rock giant. Joe Coonan, rock star.
Well,
Joe
Coonan's 22, so you can't.
It doesn't matter. He still looks like a rock star. John Bon Jovi doesn't.
Maybe he wants to look that way.
I don't think anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I apologize for going off on that tangent.
Yeah.
You have to admit Joe Coonan's getting better and better and better. The band is so good now.
Yeah, he is. He is.
They always had that. You don't want to talk about Joe Coonan?
No, it's not that I don't want to talk about Joe Coonan. We always talk about Joe Coonan.
We don't always talk about Joe Coonan.
Mark,
we're on a
how
podcast. We can mention
do we
Joe
talk
Coonan.
about Joe Coonan? We talk about Joe Coonan a lot.
Because I think Joe Coonan deserves the leg up that we can give him.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face facts, Vicki. We're Mr. and Mrs. New Jersey in a lot of ways.
Right.
Can we tell them what happened?
Yeah.
Well, first, let's talk about Cuomo first.
Okay.
Because I did a bunch of Cuomo videos.
Yeah. They
You
were
like
funny.
them, right?
Yeah, they were funny.
I'm going to put them up on the Facebook.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny is somebody, our friend Kathy Caruso wrote, Vinny has a tie. And I was like, no, he had to borrow those.
I had to borrow a tie.
Yeah, he had to borrow ties from our friend John.
There's no excuse for Andrew Cuomo. There's no excuse. He literally got on TV and said, we have to open these businesses or there will be no businesses left to open. And I'm like, you closed them.
I know.
You are such an ass clown.
I know. And the horse is really, what is that saying? The horse is already at the gate or something like that. Because
horse is out of the barn.
But whatever.
Well, they can leave the gate.
But because so many people have already moved out of the city too. And so many businesses have already closed.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. That's the thing about politics that makes me crazy, which is why I say, it's a little weird that Kamala Harris is one office down now because she called him a rapist. What does she do? Knock on the door? Joe, you're not raping anybody, are you? I want to come in. And this guy, Cuomo, shuts down New York. And now he's talking like he's not the guy that shut down New York. And that makes me crazy.
Yeah, that does make you crazy.
Well, because he's a hypocrite. He's a liar. He's the one that shut it down. Specifically calling comedy dangerous. Specifically.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy.
And I've been very, very honest about my feeling on how Governor Murphy handled New Jersey.
Right.
And I was angry at times. I told him that.
Mm-hmm.
Politely. And he's a gentleman. He has a conversation. He's in the conversation.
But I feel like after you sat down with Murphy and spoke with him, you walked away with a better understanding of how he felt his hands were tied.
I think, first of all, I give him big props for giving me the time because he's super busy.
Right. It was really nice.
It was very nice. And at the end of the day, New Jersey had a very difficult time. I was against being shut all summer long. I still think that was a mistake. Mm-hmm. But when he was here and we talked, he basically said, look, we're doing everything we can. And I hear you. I feel for you. I felt good about it. And I think that overall he's done a much better job than Cuomo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mistakes and all.
Yeah, I agree.
And let's face facts. Almost anybody would have made mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it was just an unprecedented and
unprecedented
motherfucker.
I thought you called coronavirus unpleasant. Very unpleasant.
No.
I've been on a ventilator for 31 days. Very. I mean, the tube is down your throat, and it's the most unpleasant.
No, but it just, no matter what.
There are two people.
It was in a no-win situation because
there are only two people in the state that could have handled it without making a mistake.
Who, you and Joe Conan?
Me and Joe Conan. And I think I could have handled it without a mistake. Mm-hmm. And Joe would have handled it without a mistake because he would have said, Vinny, what should I do? And I would have told him.
Oh, okay.
So, but Cuomo really pisses me off. The videos go up. One went up already.
Yeah.
Got a lot of views. This next one going up is very irreverent. I think Facebook could get mad at me for the next one. But it's going up today.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it. But I've had it with duplicitous lying, right? The one thing that'll be very interesting now is to see if the Democratic Party legitimately wants to unite like they said. Mm-hmm. Now, I just saw, you asked me before what I was doing, and I lied to you. I said I was researching. I wasn't researching.
We know that. Mark and I know that. You said you were looking up MSN, but you were this.
Well, because there was that Congressman Tlaib, whatever her name is, and she called another senator who's a Republican an idiot because Ted Cruz said that we shouldn't rejoin the Paris Climate Accord because that makes us care more about the people of Paris than this country. That's his opinion. It doesn't make him dumb. It's his opinion. Mm-hmm. All right? And by the way, it's really easy to say we should be in that accord, but there are a lot of valid points on both sides. So you shouldn't call someone an idiot. Listen to them. Cuomo annoys me. So let's talk.
But you have to admit, it's easy to call Ted Cruz an idiot, given like how he parades himself.
You think Ted's an idiot?
I think that he, you talk about Kamala Harris calling Joe Biden a rapist, and Ted Cruz and Trump, the stuff that they did back and forth to each other when they were running against each other for presidency was just, I mean,
what was Ted's nickname?
Lion Ted.
Lion Ted?
Yeah. But he, paraded pictures of Melania. Trump said stuff about, Ted Cruz's dad. There was billboards taken out. And then
what did he accuse Ted Cruz's? What did Trump accuse Ted Cruz's father of being involved in? It's a great trivia question.
Was that JFK's assassination?
JFK's assassination. Vicky is 2 for 2. Vicky is smoking hot, Vicky. So, no wonder I'm a rapist.
That's terrible. So, but I'm saying that, he's no better than anybody else because then once Trump got in office, he realized I need to align myself with him. And then he really over-aligned because he was on the Capitol Stormer side.
Anybody that listens to me talk about politics here's the same theme. What is that theme?
You hate everybody.
I hate them all. Because the average politician puts him or herself first, their party second, bashing the enemy third. The American people and what's good for the country is so far down the list. And to me, it's very transparent. It's so far down the list that it is really repulsive to me. Mm-hmm. And there are a couple of politicians that I think stand apart out of that, but they are the exceptions. And I'm sorry. I mean, look, I know it was only a Board of Ed. Right. I know that. But I can say without losing a wink of sleep, I never voted to please the crowd. I always voted.
Right, you're talking about your 7 years on Board of Ed.
7.5 years on Board of Ed. And I remember one vote where they were literally in the auditorium screaming at me, "We're going to vote you out." And I said, "Don't even wait. Start a recall petition. I'll be your first 7 signatures." That's what I said because I knew I'd making the right vote. And when I made that vote and it came down afterward, a lot of people said, "Hey, we respect you." Now, I'm not looking for a little star. but I would not be a sellable or buyable politician.
No,
which is why when I do run for governor, after this, I'm going to run in 4 years. I'm running.
Not if I'm living in Florida.
If I run for governor of Florida, it's much easier to win down there. Anyway, so, if we're still here, I would run against Pallone. I'm not a fan of Frank Pallone. Mm-hmm. I think Frank Pallone was not very nice. Personally, twice when I met him, I think he was a bit of a jackass.
Right.
And if I saw him on the street tomorrow, I'd say to him, "You owe me an apology. You're a jackass."
Sure.
You think what he did was stupid and jerky, right?
I do.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You're a congressman. Your office is on the same office as my street.
Yeah.
I tell you that, and you act like a complete self-important jackass.
Well, there's one of the freeholders that I have met, no joke.
Yes.
At least 15 times.
Yes.
He even friended me on Facebook.
Yes.
He follows me on Facebook. And every time I meet him, hands down, he acts like it's the first time, like, "Oh, my God, nice to meet you."
Yeah.
And you say the same thing. "This is my wife, Vicki." And it's been going on for years now.
Years. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah. But you friended me on Facebook.
Yes.
And just by sheer looking at Facebook, like scrolling through at night, seeing my pictures, like you would, and I get it. I don't post often, but still, like, I know who I'm friends with.
Isn't that also, and I'm not blowing smoke.
Right.
Because I've been critical. Mm-hmm. Isn't that also one of the amazing parts about Governor Murphy? His incredible ability to remember everything.
Yeah, and his daughter Emma is probably
she's very
going to
good
go into politics as well.
The whole family's very, very nice.
Yeah.
And he's amazing because you can meet him one time, and in the conversation you can in it accidentally say, "I've got a hamster named Pete."
Yeah.
And 10 years later you see, "How's that hamster Pete doing?"
Yeah.
How the hell did you do that? I think he's got a crew of people following him going, "Vinny's got a hamster Pete."
Yeah.
Because he's amazing with it.
Yeah.
And I think he's a genuine guy that way. Whereas I've met Pallone enough times.
Right.
And I think he knows. Because I think the story got back to him at the fundraiser. I don't
think he gives a shit.
He doesn't.
He doesn't give
but
a
I
shit.
think he knows.
Right.
I think he knows that at that fundraiser where I was performing to support you,
right,
that I almost trashed you. And a very good friend, a mutual friend that we have, talked me off the ledge, and Barry J. talked me off the ledge. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he would have got the snot handed to him in front of his donors.
Right.
And he should have. I wish if I go back in time, no, I wouldn't, because I would have hurt Barry J. I would have hurt Vic.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, he ever need his comeuppance, and I was going to give it to him and trash my pay for the night. So we have a big piece of news.
Yeah.
We can get off politics for a second. Mark, are we boring you? It's all good? All right, good. Mark is our producer, and he's my muse. Mm-hmm. You're my muse in here, but Mark has motivated me to be highly motivated to get you here.
Right, but every time you ask Mark if something's good, he gives the same response. Yeah.
Mark, let's talk about Mark for a minute. Mark is going to owe me $15.
Why?
I'm going to say by Tuesday.
Why $15?
All right, because we pay for Mark's cell phone. Now, we have a great plan. So his line cost us $15. It actually cost us more because he's such a data whore and data hog. Him and Maddie fight back and forth.
I just want to point out, though, Mark, that you're a grown man.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Maddie Elise isn't. Yeah.
I don't even want to know what he's downloading because they look like big, disgusting files, and he chews up a lot of data. So because his data chewing, we upped our plan.
Gotcha.
And when that happened, his line cost went down to $15 a line. Mark never answers the phone when I call him. Never. And we pay for the phone. And many times I've wanted to drive to Poughkeepsie or wherever the hell he lives, kick the door down, take the phone, and flush it down the toilet. Because I need to get a hold of him. Because he's Mark and Derek are integral. Patty. I can call Patty at 4 a.m. and she answers the phone like she was waiting for the call. Hi, Vinny, it's Patty. I called Derek in a snowstorm up on the roof, right? Shovel in hand, by himself. Hey, what do you need? I called Mark 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Where are you? Where are you? So I said, Mark, rather than get mad because my 2021 resolution, I've been pretty good.
You're okay.
I didn't get mad yet. When did I get mad?
You get mad at the dogs a lot.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad.
When they pee on the carpet, you do.
No, I wasn't mad. I was exasperated. There was no cursing. And the other day when you came home, I was cleaning up a mess that our old dog made. And did you hear me say anything about it?
Marley's like 90.
Did you hear me get angry?
Go on. So
would I have gotten angry in 20?
No, not at Marley.
Oh, I would have. I wanted to kill her. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that I said to Mark, if you don't answer the phone, at least half of the next 10 phone calls, you owe me $15 during business hours. Okay, I can't expect them to be like Derek and Patty and you and me and Leanne and Lauren and Lazaro and Gilberta, Ashley, the old server.
All right, we get your point.
Megan Buckley hasn't worked for us for 8 years. Can't expect me to be like that. So Mark goes, okay, you got to bet. But it has to be during business hours. So this morning I call him at 9:22, no answer. First call, no answer. I've got 9 more calls to make. There's no way he answers them. No way.
But does he consider business hours at 10 a.m.?
Huh?
Maybe he considers business hours at 10.
We talked about it. And you know what happened today? He must have been running for the phone. In my head, he was on the toilet. And he jumped up. And he was running, and his pants were doing that little leg thing where going.
You thought?
Oh, yeah, because he called back instantly. And he goes, does this count? I go, nope. You didn't answer. I think he was running. Mark, were you in the crapper when that happened? All right, so he wasn't. So anyway, we have big news. We got a phone call yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You're not.
No, I'm not. I called Patty today. I didn't even tell you.
What'd you say?
So.
Tell him what happened.
Okay, so we got a call from a first aid group, and they wanted to hire you.
No.
They wanted a comic. Yeah, that's how it happened. They wanted a comic. I told Patty to call them back. I gave them a break because it's an EMS volunteer group and they need to raise money. And I said, our daughter's becoming an EMS worker. And so I felt like a kinship for that. So I said, just charge them, X. And
yeah, like give away Vinny stuff. He doesn't care. Vinny will work. He's a joke monkey. Toss him a bone.
So, and then last night you read the email and you were so excited because Patty had emailed us that they wanted me to MC your show.
No, they want us to host. They want Vinny and Vicki. They saw the show.
They want us to host?
Yes, they want us to host their entire event. Because of the Vicki and Vinny show. Mark, they saw us on stage, and they said, we love you so much together on stage, we want you to host together. And I, like Rich Voss, immediately said, I get more than half.
But I'm confused. Are you not performing then?
I don't think I am. I think you and I are hosting it.
Hosting what, though? I thought it was just a straight comedy show for like 20 minutes.
I don't know. All I know is I'm super excited because this is actually the third or fourth thing that we've been asked to do because of our show.
Right. So I called Patty this morning, and I said, Patty. And she's like, what did I do now? I go, you immediately became Vinny's favorite and my least favorite, and because I don't want to do it.
But listen to me. Aren't you a little excited? Aren't you a little happy someone said, I want to hire you?
Yeah, no, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's just out of my wheelhouse.
It's not out of your wheelhouse. Listen to me. When I started doing comedy, it took way more than a year to get that kind of financial offer.
Right, but I'm not a comic.
It doesn't matter. They said they like what you do.
Right. This all happened because of
the
pandemic.
You think that Kelly Ripa goes, oh, I can't do that? No. If Weight Watchers offered her a contract, she would take it. She's 7 pounds. I'll do Weight Watchers, do anything for money. We're entertainers. We're professional prostitutes. You have to be a professional prostitute to do this job. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I'm very happy. So that's going to be, we're doing the gig, and that's going to be a blast, right? So the Vicki Vinnie show this week will be enormous. I can't talk about it, but it's going to go up after the weekend, Mark. So we just had Tommy Davidson. He was great. You have to do that. You have to act like you're
like
doing.
Like it happened.
Yeah, you have to act like that. Otherwise, people think.
No, I am excited for. Right when this plays, it will be after we already hosted for Tommy Davidson, but that is going to be an exciting night.
So you have to say, it was such a good time.
Yeah.
Say it.
It was such a good time.
Well, they know you're lying now.
Well, and then I didn't know this was playing, so then we have to say that the inauguration was last week. So
Mark can get this up right away. I smell bacon. Oh, do I ever love bacon?
Yeah.
Mark, can you get this up before? Yeah, we'll get it up before. So Tommy Davidson's coming up this weekend on Vicki Vinnie Live. And that means now we've had Mark Norman, Tommy Davidson, Anthony Radea, Vic DiBitetto.
Yeah.
We've had some really big ones. Julia Scotti, Tom Cotter, Carrie Louise. I'm missing a lot, right?
Yeah,
we just had my buddy from Chicago, whose name is escaping me, who killed. Rich Voss has done it. Bonnie McFarlane has done it. Who's the guy that just came in from Chicago? Mark. The guy that came in.
Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Bozeman did it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have bigger and bigger guests. I love that. And the show is getting so much fun. So that's our little topical podcast for the day. Do us a favor. Vicki does not want you to follow her on Instagram.
I don't have Instagram.
Yes, you do.
Oh, well, the kids made it for me. I'm not on it.
Doesn't matter. You're there.
Well,
she doesn't want you to follow her. Please do not follow Mama Vic on Instagram.
It doesn't matter because I don't check it. I don't even know the password.
I do check mine, Vinnie_Brand.
Yeah.
And I want you to follow my Twitter, Vinnie_Brand. Facebook, Vinnie Brand Comic. Vinnie Brand Comedian.
I have Twitter too, but I don't check that either.
You don't do anything. You're anti-social media. And by the way, on social media, if you follow me, I am not a snob. I do not like the social media snobs. And let me tell you who they are. They're people that you will follow them. But if you're not as big or bigger, they will not follow you back.
Man.
Now, if you're Paul McCartney, you can't follow everyone that follows you.
Sure.
All right? But some of these entertainers, they only, and you'll see them unfollow guys that aren't as popular. Social media has become a high school clique.
Yeah.
You follow me. I don't care if you're a plumber, a comic. I don't care if you're Paul McCartney. I'm following you back because I don't care. It's supposed to be social media, not, ooh, I'm so cool. You're not. You're not in my club. You're not at my level. And so I'm talking directly to you. Screw you if you're one of those people.
I think that's a wrap.
Huh?
I think that's a wrap.
It is a wrap. Vicki_Brand. Vinnie Brand Comedian on Facebook, right, Mark? Or is it Vinnie Brand Comic? What is it, Vicki?
Vinnie Brand Comic.
It's not comedian? Vinnie Brand Comedian?
No, Vinnie Brand Comic.
Vinnie Brand Comic on Facebook. If that doesn't work, type in Vinnie Brand Comedian. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. And check out our marriage advice podcast. I think you tell from our exchange right here that we're very, very happily married. How do we get it done? I'll tell you on that podcast.